Okay. I don't know if people can hear me. Last time they couldn't hear me. Or I watched my video back and it was really low. I don't know if this helps. I don't know if this sounds better. But yeah. So I'm just like quickly just sharing that I'm live real quick. Just to just to share, I guess. We didn't mean to do that. Okay. I'm gonna put it right here. Um, okay. Bro, I am that Bad Bunny album. It's just we're out here. Oh, I in the last iteration of this used to be kind of like it was a strip club. There was a pole here, but I took it out because I didn't know what to put here. The stage was really small, so I ended up just making it like a dance floor, I guess. Um, but anyway, I love all these. I'm just taking a photo here for internet purposes. And then I just need to. I don't know how to. Bro, how do? Oh, there we go. All right. Cool, 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 cool. All right, cool, cool, cool. We're done. We did it. It's great. Now we can finally get started. Okay. So, I changed a lot on the environment from last time I was live. I added a window and pillars. I mean, the pillars were there before, but I made these cubes and I gave them gave them cute little bevels so that they look better. I lowered the environment so some of these assets are actually not on the floor. They're kind of floating. But this is the block out, so they're just where they're supposed to be. It's not really a huge deal that they're kind of like a little bit off the floor because once I bring this everything into Unreal and actually, put things where they're supposed to go, then that's not going to be an issue. What else? Oh, okay, so this thing right here, it like, hold on, let me put this thing on so it looks a little bit better. You can kind of tell what it is. There we go. So these, I got these from Star Wars. I stole them. Um, from I have like a little reference sheet that I have here. And where is it? Here. And I saw this thing and I really liked it. So I was kind of not thinking. I had an idea of what I wanted this bar to be. So this is the reference that I'm using. Oh, I don't know why things are shaking. We're just gonna pretend everything is fine. um, yeah, okay, so this is the original reference, and I really like it. To me, this bottom's like the floor is giving dirt. Or not dirt, but like concrete, kind of like rough, not really, like tiling or anything like that. I mean, this is like a futuristic sci-fi dive bar. It literally says right here, cyberpunk dive bar. Um, but and I think most cyberpunky type things look uh I don't want to say clean because it's usually quite dirty, but I mean more so like, oh, it's all metal, it's all giving steel and all sorts of metallic materials. But this one is giving a little bit of um yeah, just like rugged. I get not rugged. What do you call it when it's like rough and dirty? I don't know. But it was reminding me a lot of that one movie. You know exactly. Blade Runner. That's what it is. So I did take some stills from Blade Runner from both the original and the new version. So this is from the newest Ryan Gosling version. And I really wanted a horizontal slit of a window like this. This is like an architectural like a brutalist building in Mexico, and this is also like a brutalist building, and it has a name. They filmed there, but I forgot what it was called. And so I am taking a lot of uh things from brutalist architecture while also kind of marrying it with some more cyberpunky concepts. And there was this scene, the bar scene, the famous bar scene in Star Wars, where uh there's this window right here which it kind of it goes inward. It's really small, but it goes inward, and you can't see the outside because outside is so bright and inside is so dark. And I really like this look. I really like this look of, it's too bright outside to see, but the light is coming in and it looks great. So I that's really what I want to do with this situation here. So that's why I have it on some of the windows. I don't want to have them on all of them. Like I don't want to put it here. I don't want to put it here, or here. And I'm also gonna add more. I'm gonna add more walls on this side. So I may put one here, but I'm not too sure about that. Just yet. Just because in my head this wall is not facing the outside like these are. Um, yeah, but that's what I was trying to do here. Um, and I'm trying to see. Yeah, so that with the light. And then these cubes here is what I was trying to do with these columns over here. These are much smaller. Um, these look like the cutoff is like 50 meters, 50 centimeters each. Like, yeah. But these are 1 meter each. So they're like 100 centimeters per cube, which is twice as big, or I don't know if the math is correct in terms of like volume, but regardless, it's much bigger is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I didn't want to do it that small just because I wanted to keep the units of measurement consistent. Um yeah, but I was trying to achieve this kind of look here. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing these kind of runes up here, but I do like that this one has a light here. However, I don't have any of these that go horizontal, so maybe, I mean, I could try it and see how it looks, but let's see. Let's pretend this goes like that. Wait, where did it go? Okay. Yeah, I guess we could do something like this and have it have lights. I'm not mad at that, but I don't think it's as interesting. It's giving like temple or something, and that's not really the vibe that I'm gonna or trying to go for. Um, yeah. Anyway, so I do have this big piece, and I do have this smaller piece. This is the original piece, and then I just made it bigger. But I like this as kind of like a mid wall trim. But I'm still not sure if I want to keep this bigger one down here. I like it, and I also added, which I'm really happy how these turned out. I also added these slits. Let me isolate this. I also added these slits here, which I think gives the wall this really interesting, like it's not just flat anymore, and it's such a simple detail, but I think I don't know, I like it a lot. I'm having a really good time with this. And for that, the element that I was trying to use was this. From this picture, what I really liked was these like the concrete wasn't just flat. There was like these slits that made it, slightly more interesting, because I think the thing about brutalist architecture is that typically it's just, I don't want to say it's boring, but it's very big and in a lot of ways plain and uninteresting when like it sits on its own. Like if this giant pillar was just sitting on its own, it's just a pillar and it's a cubed shape, or like elongated cube shape. You know what I mean? It's not really fun, but once put this one here, add this over here, you do another one, you have this bigger shape, and now this creates a little entrance here, and the roof is, has a pattern to it, and these windows are done differently. It's not just, the windows aren't just cubes or intersect the same way that, the rest of these corners do. That I think makes it really interesting. So I do really like brutalist architecture. Um, like for example, this I think is super cool. I mean, this is super cool. um, but yeah, some of these are more basic. Like this just looks like the house is unfinished a little bit. This one looks like the house is unfinished a little bit. This one too. So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it can have that kind of boring look where you're just, and sometimes it feels a little dead, but I think with sci-fi it works really well. But that's just my personal preference. And that's just because I'm super biased and I like sci-fi a lot. Um yeah, so oops. So I did want to incorporate these slits here, and I also wanted to incorporate these slits as well. And maybe this situation, like this like lip here. Um, so that's what I'm kind of trying to work on right now. I did add, so these also have, I mean, these are quote unquote still slits, but they're just like much wider, and so are these. So I was trying to add those motifs here as well. This is just for texturing purposes that I'm probably going to use later for just to kind of help me texture things appropriately. But how do I, here we go. Okay. So that's why I ended up using or like doing these shapes and this shape over here as well. Um, because I wanted to kind of incorporate some of those shapes, or not shapes, but yeah, like the motif of like slits in the architecture. And I really like this shape that also appears in one of the references. This one. It's like flat, and then it kind of comes down this way. This one's more rounded, but I don't want it to be really rounded. Um, so I'm just trying to play with the shapes, and like this one too. Just like whoop, whoop. Yeah, and I like that a lot. I might add some square windows just because I could add a square window over here. I just feel like it's kind of overkill with the windows. Like we don't have to have so many so many windows. Um yeah, I'm trying to see what else I could just show before I start kind of, I need to keep going on the modeling stuff. I just wanted to show so far the changes I've made. I also need to add piping somewhere. Is this attached? Can't tell. Oh, it's not attached. Oops. There we go. Okay, cool. So, oh, and something I noticed too is, so I put this here. Originally, there was these same booths are supposed to fit over on this side, and they do. I measured and everything, but um, when I was, making this, it just started to seem really cramped and crowded over on that side, and kind of boring, if I'm being honest. Just because this was here and that was there, and I was like, okay, like I get it. Um, Realistically, I guess that's how it would go, but I just found it kind of boring. And then this table was right next to this one. And it just, in my head, I'm trying to think of like player movement, and like they wouldn't be able to walk as comfortably through here if this table was still over here. Um, and then they'd have no reason to come over on this side if the booths were over on that side as well. So I was like, let me change some stuff up, especially because I also changed the dance floor, or like the stage to a dance floor. Um, and I ended up elongating the scene. It was much bigger. I mean, it was much smaller. I made it bigger this way and the other way. So let me show the way that I had it before. It was like this. It was much smaller. A lot of feedback. Um, but yeah, it was a lot smaller. And then I did have this little guy cheering for this little guy because he's dancing. And if you're dancing, people should cheer for you. Anyway, um, and yeah, and my mentor, he was like, you should have a 3 meter walkway for the player. That's like kind of standard. Well, he said 4 meters is standard or like recommended, but he said 3 would suffice. And I agree because I feel like 4 would be kind of overkill for this, in my opinion. Um, and then he gave me also like an example of kind of how to make this more interesting. I didn't mean to do that. But I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see. Yeah, so I did change the bar a little bit, and I'm still kind of working on it. So I'm gonna do this. I want to do that. Are we on the grid? We're not on the grid, which is not awesome, but it's okay because we'll figure that out later. So for this one, let me make it, first of all, much smaller. So let's scale this down to like 200. Okay, that's good enough. And then I'm probably gonna make this scale like 2.5. And I'm probably, nah, or I guess that's fine. I guess I could just put this here, put this here, and then I can probably make this like 200. Oh, whoopsies. Maybe 100 is good. And then I'm gonna put this on the floor. Yep, okay. Alright. And then maybe I could put it back a little bit. I don't know if it looks better like that or it doesn't matter. I'll just leave it like that for now. Yeah, I changed the bar because I thought the way that the bar on the other on the reference was, I don't want to say boring, but it's just that's a lot of bottles, and I feel like if I break up the shape a little bit, I can get away with doing less bottles, or just rearranging them in different ways. and or like get a little bit creative with it, because I feel like if they were just all here like like in a line, it would be kind of annoying. For the bartender, of course, not for me. I'm doing this for the bartender. He asked for this design. I'm just doing it for him. um okay. So at this point what I'm trying to do is let me read my planner. I wrote everything in the planner of what I need to do for this environment, and I'm really happy to be working on it. I have about 5 days to kind of get the modular pieces going and basically finish all the modeling, which is faster than I am used to, but I'm also this is something really exciting for me because I'm used to modeling for film and like VFX modeling, which uses sub D and like a sub D workflow, which if you don't know what that is basically, how do I explain a sub D workflow? Um you model something and then you smooth out the model and you like subdivide it. This is a terrible explanation. You should probably look this up. But you smooth out the model and it subdivides the model. So if you have, let's say, a cube, and then you cut the cube in the middle, like right in the middle, and then you cut the cube in the middle again from the other side. So like let's say it's, I don't know why I'm explaining it when I could literally just show you. All right. So if you have a cube, okay, that's a tiny cube, or that's fine, I guess. So you have a cube, and so when you subdivide, this is a sub D preview, you hit 3 and it subdivides it, but it only has these 4 sides, so it like you can't do that. So you add one side and then one side, and then you do this, and then you do that, and then you subdivide it, and now it looks a little bit more like a cube. So the thing about not subdivision, but like the sub D workflow is that when you're making things like a cube, things can't just be cubes. You have to make it so that when you subdivide, it holds its shape. So what you do is you add these things called holding edges, which basically makes this go like that. So I'm gonna do this, and do you see now how this part where I added all the holding edges is a cube? It's beautiful edge, sharp, it's awesome. But over here, it's still getting subdivided, but I didn't add holding edges over here, so it's really, well, looking like that. And then this one, it has the holding edges that are coming down from this side on the sides, if you can see the wireframe, but it doesn't have this one. It doesn't have this one, so that's why it's looking like this. So if you add, it's always better to work in there we go, non-subdivide. Yeah, now it looks like that, and it's looking much better. So for this one, it's missing this side, and oh yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you subdivide this, and now it still looks like a cube. But do you see, like game modeling is different. For game modeling, you just how does one say, you don't have to do all that. For game modeling, it's more so about using the least amount of polygons to get to where you need to be. So if in a game you need a cube, this is all you need. You don't need the rest of that, because this adds polygons to your model. So this, instead of being, this is a 6-sided cube, because that's what cubes are, but the cube has 6 sides, and each side has one face. This one, the cube has 6 sides, and each side has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 faces each side. So automatically, this one is gonna take a lot longer, quote unquote, a lot longer to render. This is not really that big of a deal because these are small. But if you're talking about like a bigger model, like if I were to do like this entire scene in a sub D workflow, it would take a lot longer to render, but it would take a lot longer to model as well, just because the modeling for sub D just takes longer. Um, just simply because of the technique of having to have things, you know, preserve edges and the workflow of like the textures, the UVs and all that. And for modeling games, like if I was modeling, for example, this in for like a what do you call it? What do you call it? Like a VFX modeling, I would probably have to add a bunch of edges here just to keep the kind of, you know, I mean, this is not how you would go about it. These are terrible. But I'm just saying, like, this is how much more it would have to be. Oh, my mom is home. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Um, anyway, that's the difference, I guess, between those two and why it would take me a lot longer to do something like this for sub D modeling for a VFX workflow um, than for games. And for games, if you want, because for example, this, it's a very sharp here. And this looks a little bit nicer, a little bit more polished and it looks more real because it catches the light here on the edge really, really nicely. And if you want to achieve that in games, you would simply bevel the edges. And the way you do that is you go like that. And it looks the same. Whee! And for example, for this, you still have more um, faces on each side than just a plain old cube, but it catches the light really nicely, just like this one does. And it still has less polygons, or like less faces. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So it's two less. It's not a lot less. Like I said, there's not a huge difference between the cubes necessarily, but when you get to a bigger model, it definitely, absolutely makes a difference. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna delete those because I don't need them. And I honestly forgot what I was doing. Yeah, this guy's the bouncer. I'm assuming people are coming in from like an upstairs. Like I'm assuming the street is somewhere over here. Well, no, it doesn't make sense because then that means this is underground. Huh. It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. This is not for a real game. Maybe they're coming from downstairs. Maybe that's what I should do. Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I have an upstairs here too, but that's because that's part of the reference. See? I'm trying to think what else I can do for this project right now. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 okay. I'm trying to see. I can start. Okay, he said the floor, the booths, the tables, this stuff, the jukebox, and the bar. So I think I'm gonna start with the floor. Or actually, let's see what we're doing first. Wait. Oh no, what happened? Oh my god. Oh my god. What's going on? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Um let's see. I do feel like this pillar specifically kind of covers a lot, but at the same time, I mean, it used to be over here. So I don't know if that's better. But whatever. I'm trying to see. I'm so tempted to just be singing the Bad Bunny. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out like a way to do this that isn't that's like efficient. Um I liked that I gathered the references. I enjoyed doing some of these things like these and these and these and the windows. And I changed this, which I'm also happy about. I'm just trying to think. If I did the walls, then the next thing to do is the floor. Technically, also the ceiling. The ceiling also needs work. And I don't know what to do for that yet. I do have, like I said, some of these, like this stuff, but I feel like this would be overkill with this. So it could be something like these squares. I'm not convinced by the squares though. I mean, these are squares also, but yeah, I don't know. Nope. Or I could make the top. I could make the top not like the architecture, but I could make it be the ooh. Okay, hold on. I could make it. Where is it? Here. I could make it be kind of like this and just have like a bunch of pipes. But then why are they all in like these rows? Because it's like some like I don't think we need that many pipes. Okay. What are we thinking here? What are we thinking? Okay. What is this? Okay. Okay, what I really should be doing is focusing on the floor. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do this, move it over, move it over here, and I'm gonna call this 100. Nope, 200 by 200. Okay. This is gonna be my floor. Whee! I do have to figure out like what to do for it. So my idea for the floor, we're now moving on to floors. So this is like somebody else's sci-fi bar situation. And I do like these things, but I'm just not a huge fan of the stuff going on here. The I like what is happening here. I just wish it wasn't on the floor, but that's just my opinion. I'm hoping to do. Oh, this is the one. This is the one that I really liked. This one I liked because the way that I'm seeing, it's obviously this metal stuff is covering kind of the sides. Oh, these are. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? Okay. I'm trying to think. Oh, I just make it right in the middle because why wouldn't I? Yeah, that's smart. That makes sense. In my head, I'm like, oh, I have to connect 4 of these, but if I just make this go right in the middle here, then I don't have to connect it to anything. It's already connected. And the only thing that has to connect is literally just the rest of the floor. Oh, makes so much sense. Of course. Good job. Okay, great. Thank you. Or maybe now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, it might not be working the way that I think it will. It's okay. We'll get there when we get there, but I'm trying to see. Wait, who's talking to me? Okay. 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 Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I like that. Okay. Sorry, I got a notification, but then I checked it out and it there's nothing there. So womp womp. Um all right. Oh my god, I'm so thirsty. I didn't even realize. All right. Oh, okay. So we're going to be making a floor. This is my first time making a floor. Don't come for me. Okay. So my idea is that this floor has or is how do I explain? Oh, not again. Oh, that's pretty funny. This part right here would be a I guess like for cables and stuff. So yeah, let's start experimenting here. Okay. Seems like it's about that big, right? Yep. I'm trying to think what this looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and put this over here and put the reference over here just so it can be a little bit easier for me to look at. Let me get rid of this outliner because Jesus Christ, it stresses me out to look at it. Okay. All right. So here. So here. I'm thinking that perhaps it's kind of like this, and okay, and then you delete this, and then you do this, and then you bridge, and you do this, same thing. Cool. Okay. Does this only go one way though? Because this one keeps crossing over. Okay, we're experimenting. Or maybe I should call this something different since we are experimenting. I'm gonna call it floors 02. Just because. Okay, let's go. Alright. So I'm just trying to think. I'm gonna pretend here. God, why is it so small? Come up here, yep. Here, over here. So something to know about the cylinder when you bring a cylinder into Maya, like the default, I mean, is that it will always spawn with a height of 2. And what this means is not that, okay, what some people might think it means is that this is basically the radius of this, no, the circumference of this circle or whatever is 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, which is correct, and that this is just 2 centimeters, but that's not true. If you scale this out by, let's say 100, because I want it to be a meter long, this ends up being 200 actually, because it ends up being 2 meters long, because this value right here, this height value, gets multiplied by whatever scaling situation, well, specifically for height, or specifically for the y-axis in this scenario, it gets multiplied by 2. So if you just set it to 1, the height to 1, it goes to being a regular 100. So don't get it confused. Don't think that this height value is the same as the scaling value, because it's not. That's just like a, I don't know why it's that way. It can work for you if you use the feature to just kind of be like, oh, I'll just multiply whatever number this is by whatever, however long I need this tube to be. Or you could literally just do 1 and then just set this to 300. Same thing, but just be aware when making, or like when clicking on the default cube, it always shows up with a height of 2, because, well, I don't really know why, but that's just the way it happens, so just be mindful of that. Okay, here I'm just using these for, or I guess I should have just skipped it to 200 because I wanna see. There we go. Okay, and I want this radius to be, oops, okay. I don't know, 2.5 by 2.5. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Do this, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do the one. I'm gonna do, where's the orthographic view? When I need it, it's right here. Okay. For this, I'm gonna move it right here. I'm gonna clone it like this. I'm gonna clone it like this. And I'm gonna clone it and put it over here because I don't know, for some reason I want one right here. Yeah. So if I come over here, I'm thinking, or maybe that's too much. And maybe this is too much also, so maybe I can just move this over this side. So that's the piping that's running. And then trying to think what we can do on each of these. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and just add that in there. Okay. And I guess I could bring in a cube, bring it over here, and we're gonna call this, not call it, but let's see, 50. Except for the one, except for the, we're gonna call it 1. Or should I do 0.5? I feel like 0.5 is too little. But let's do like 30. 30 is good. Okay. Okay, this is good. I'm saying, you know, it overlaps just like it does here. I can always do something. I can always do symmetry object X, I think. I think it might have been Y. Yeah. Should be symmetry object Y. And yeah, okay, great. So if I do this, and I do that, and then I do this, and then, or actually, just to be as accurate as possible, I'm just gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna grab that, and then I'm going to bring them in to about right there. That seems good enough. Okay, and then I'm gonna need the lip here. Probably around like there is fine. I think. Oh, hold up a minute. I need more. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now, oops. Right. So how do I make this? What do I do here? Do I get rid of this? And then what? I didn't think this through. Okay. I could delete this, And then somehow bring this over here, but then it's gonna be a whole thing with like merging that. I mean, it's not that big of a deal with doing it. I'm just trying to see if there's like a more efficient way of doing it. Which could it be to extrude? Maybe it could be to extrude. Maybe it could be. Maybe. Let's try to extrude. I don't think it's gonna work the way that in my head is working, but I'm hoping that it will. So yeah, it wouldn't work because it's just this. That doesn't make sense. Hmm. Okay. I think I'm getting stuck on like a little problem when I can just be doing the rest of this. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna put it over here. And let's turn this off. And let's make one of these like 20 instead. Is that a lot? Well, I think it's fine. What if I made it 20 here as well? Great. And then what if I... Yep, that's fine. There. Boom. And then what if I cloned it and I did it here? Or what if I went like this? Oh, because I'm still... Jesus, I forget sometimes. Okay. Just went like this. Why isn't it working? Okay. There we go. Just went like this, went like this. And then I went like... Okay. Then I went like this, and then I went like this. And then I went like... this. And then I went like... Just pretended that this was good. And then... Okay. Interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think, like, why I would do this. Mm. That's fine if it doesn't work. And then we're gonna do face. I don't know why this became so difficult. Like 10 minutes ago, and that was solution was super easy. Okay. Hmm. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this again and put it over here and do 200. Okay. And this one's gonna be pretty much just concrete, I guess. Like this. Um so let's see if this works. Uh-huh. Let's see. Okay. I don't know why I did it this way. I'm so silly. I am so silly. I think my brain is a little fried because I've been doing this all day. But I'm literally being so silly right now. Bro. Bro, why didn't I just do this from the beginning? What am I doing? Oh my god. Why don't I just do this from the beginning? Well, whatever. We're here now. What the hell? Okay. How about we do this and then we do this? No, I don't like that. We do this. And then we do this. And then we go up. Like that. And then we do this. And then I don't know what to do here because I didn't think this far ahead for this. Maybe I should just do like a 1 meter by 1 meter and then fuse them together, but for some reason I'm doing just 4 meters all around. Mhm. I'm trying to think what kind of design I could do for this. Mm. Because this guy's got like stuff on the sides, but obviously like my bar's not gonna have stuff like this. If anything's going to have, things like this. Wait, didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay, it's just gonna keep doing that. Shit, I don't know what to do. Okay, I want like this. I want like this. And then once again, like this. Like, does that constitute something? Man. Like, let's say I move this here. Let's do a little experiment. Let's save this. And let's move this. Okay. Let's move this here. Let's turn this off. Did I not just... Bro. Okay. Okay, I thought they were all gonna go together, but I guess not. I don't like it. It's ugly. Not only is it ugly, but because, for example, this column isn't right on top of it, it's annoying. Like, it's giving me, like, no. The column should absolutely be right on top of it, like this. But it's not. And if it is, then it, like, this walkway is a nuisance. I don't like that at all. Okay, this design is fired. Okay, yeah, this design is fired. Let's do another one. Actually, I'm gonna keep doing this. Or what if I just undid that? Because it's ugly. Yeah, there you go. You know what? I'm gonna clone this. And I'm gonna do just like 100 by 100. Because I don't need more than that. We don't need more than 100. So, like this one, yeah, no thank you. Okay. So I need a concrete slab. A slab of concrete. I need concrete all around. I need so much concrete. Okay. How do I make this? Like, for example, this one, it just looks like this. It's so simple. But then I'm like, can I do it like that? Just trying to think. Maybe I could do like 200 so that I can kind of see what it does. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Right. What if... Okay. What if I just did this? Alright, I'm gonna bevel this edge. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm going to bring this down like this. And then, what if I just did this? Nope, I don't like that. But that design is otherwise ugly, so what if... I like this. And then oh no, even better. Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna try something and hopefully it works. Okay. Okay, and then I extrude ever so slightly. And then I can't believe it won't let me do that. Oh, because it's not real. Because it's an N-gon. It won't let me do that. So let me try to bevel this. Okay, I want to do that. But this is still an N-gon. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do that. Gonna do this. Gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And then we're gonna do... Oh, but then this creates another interesting shape. I was gonna get rid of this, but now... But I feel like there's an issue here. I did just do this, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix that by doing this and then doing this and then literally just, I hope this works. Oh, it does. I'm literally just doing that. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't hate it necessarily. I don't love it necessarily. Let's see. I'm just trying to think. I don't like it. Okay. Anyway, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna grab these vertices. And we're going to merge to center. Boom. Great. And then what we're gonna do here is we're going to delete every other one of these. And that means it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not again. Okay, how do we fix this? Delete this one. Whoa. There we go. If I delete this one, then this becomes four-sided. If I delete this one, then this becomes four-sided. If I delete this one, oh, I think I just deleted the wrong one. That's all it is. Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm not mad at that. It's very simple. There's not really a lot to it, if anything at all. I can essentially just get rid of like, well, not really, because that means I've okay, this could be one of them. You can't really tell what's going on because it's just so thin, and then the lighting is just, you know. So I just need to make 4 of those. How do I do that? 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 I'm thinking. Okay, I think I'm finding a way. I'm doing it. I'm gonna rotate this 90 degrees. And then I'm going to, oh, this might present a problem, or it might not, we'll see. Let's do this, and let's do, oh, no, because that's not gonna do it. So let's just, oh, how do I do this without making it bad? Oh, that's terrible. I mean, that's as good as it's gonna get. It's probably, okay, there we go. Interesting that that's where it decided to cut. It doesn't matter. What we're gonna do is, oh shit, I did it the wrong way. God damn it. Okay, hold on. This one, and I'm gonna put it here, and I'm going to Orthographic view, where are you when I need you? Okay. Why? Why? Okay, hold on. I don't know why this is the wrong 100, 200. This one also should be 200, 100. Okay. Okay. So here, nope. Oh, I can do it straight. I still don't know if that's exactly where it needs to be going. But, well, we're doing it. Okay. So what needs to happen is I need to get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this question mark. Ooh. Okay. It's gonna be negative 100. We're gonna move it down. There we go. Ooh. Oh. Let's do 100. And then let's move this over here. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make a copy of this once again. We're gonna put it over here. And we're actually gonna do what, like 3 by 3. And we're gonna make the one in the middle, and it's gonna be awesome. Okay. Nope. We're gonna add insert edge loop, and we're gonna say 3. Insert 3. Or sorry, not 3. 2. Oop. 2. And did I not just say 2? Jesus Christ. Okay, 2 and 2. Great. all we need. And now we have to copy what we did over here. Which is... Okay, so we brought this in. Face. I think that's good enough. And then we're gonna go around. We're gonna go ahead and bevel edge. I'm gonna grab this. Okay, and we're gonna do this. Wait a minute. Nope, I did it wrong. Wait, did I do it wrong? No, I didn't. Hold on, I'm gonna try that again. Bevel edge. Bevel edge. And then bring this. That's so annoying. So if the bevel menu ever goes away when you're trying to bevel, just go into your inputs in the channel box, go into your inputs, and go into the last one, should be the bevel if that's the last thing you did. If you haven't deleted history yet. If you've deleted history, then it's gone. But if you're still, you know, working, this is where you can do that. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh wait, no, I think it's fine. Yep, I think it's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna be bringing this down like that. And we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this edge, this one, and this one. And we're gonna bevel those, but only one. And we're gonna this only goes up to 1, but you can always go like type in more. You want to do 2, but I might just stick with like a 1.5, just because I'm trying to figure out like this is gonna look like, and it's gonna be pretty big if I do it like that. So okay, I'm confused here. Whatever's going on. Oh, here, the vertex, this one. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, just to make things even, so we're gonna grab all of them. And this should work. Yep, it worked. Great. So now that I have that, gonna bring it up. We're gonna go ahead and grab this face. I'm gonna bring it up like that. It's not by a lot, but I think it's enough. So now, in order to make sure there's no n-gons, because we don't like n-gons, come here. Oops. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go to edge. Okay. Great. Great. Boom. 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 Awesome. And what we're going to do here, which is what we did in the other one, is we're going to merge vertices to center, and then we're going to delete this edge. Wait, this edge, this edge, and this edge, and this edge. And that's going to make sure we've got 1, 2, 3. Nope, I did it again. I messed up. I did the same thing onto the other one, so I'm going to do this one by one. Yep. 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 How come it worked on the other one and it's not working on this one? Okay. If I delete... Okay, if I delete this one, these leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then if I delete this one, it does the same thing here. And if I delete this one, it does the same thing here. And if I delete this one, okay, there we go. So now I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna close. Oops. Delete these. You have to delete the outside too. And then you're gonna grab this one. Okay, so you're gonna center the pivot. And you're gonna grab the pivot and put it here. Yep. So we're gonna duplicate that, and we're gonna do this. Okay. And then we're gonna duplicate these. We're gonna put these. Making sure. Okay, for example, what's going on here? Earlier I didn't grab this one. Okay, no fret, just put it down here. So I think this is the one that I moved. Okay. Oh, it's still, okay. There we go. Okay, so we're just gonna do it again real quick just because I fixed that. And this is why it's important to test these things out. Oh, that too. We don't need this face. Yeah. So we're gonna do clone right here, clone right here, and then And then it should just look like this. Which doesn't look that interesting. But I mean, if I'm making literally this, I mean, I just made it. It's right here. You know what I mean? It's right here. So that's not bad. It would just need to be textured. I'm gonna go ahead and save this because I'm pretty happy with that result. Now we would need to actually do the rest of the floor. But I'm pretty tired now, if I'm being honest. I've been doing this all day. Like, I did a whole lot of stuff all day, like this, the windows, this, changing that, like resizing things, making, moving things around. Uh, but I'm pretty happy with my progress on that. I think I just need to figure out a better way for the floor situations. So I might just ask my mentor about that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop streaming. I might stream Cyberpunk in a little bit just so I can de-stress. I also have to pack because I'm going to Quinceañera this weekend. But okay, cool. I'm hoping that for the next sessions that I do, I'm gonna be able to do more like modeling and less experimenting, and especially I when doing we're gonna be doing like material creation, which I've never done before, so I'm very, very, very excited about that.